The first 30 seconds of this video will blow your mind because you about to discover secrets hidden in classic Mario Kart games that most players never noticed. From the bizarre level designs and mysterious item mechanics to strangely dark Easter eggs, glitches that seem intentional, and odd enemy behavior. All of which combine to create a hilariously twisted yet fascinating world behind the colorful racing tracks. And by the end of this video, you'll never look at a banana peel, a blue shell, or even a rainbow road the same way again, making this journey funny, curious, and deeply intriguing. Mario Kart has been celebrated as one of the most beloved racing game franchises in history. A series full of fun, competitive tracks, iconic power, and multiplayer chaos. Yet if you slow down and really pay attention to the details of each level, you start to see that there's a surprisingly dark undercurrent lurking beneath the bright visuals and cheerful music. A world where mechanics, hidden patterns, and even item distributions suggest that chaos, deception, and unintended destruction are at the heart of the game rather than pure racing fun, which is both funny and fascinating when you realize it. The first clue comes from the items themselves, which seem innocent at first glance. Bananas, shells, mushrooms, but each item hides a tiny layer of chaos and strategy that can completely turn the tide of a race. Bananas, for example, are not just obstacles, they are mini traps designed to punish players at the worst possible moments, often placed in sequences that make no sense unless you realize that the game subtly encourages chaos and tension rather than pure fairness, which is hilarious in its unpredictability and fascinating from a game design perspective. Then there's the infamous blue shell item, whose sole purpose is to destroy the leader in a race, creating sudden and absolute chaos, and yet its timing targeting system and the way it interacts with other items reveal a strange intentionality that almost feels like the game itself is conspiring against the player, turning every victory into a delicate balance of skill, luck, and careful observation. The absurdity of celebrating this destruction with cheering music and bright colors makes the game both funny and oddly dark, highlighting hidden layers that casual players may never consider. Level design is another source of curiosity, because behind the cheerful facades of Rainbow Road, Bowser's Castle, and DK Jungle, the tracks are filled with traps, tight curves, and hidden shortcuts that can dramatically alter a race. Sometimes rewarding skill, and other times punishing players in ways that feel almost cruelly deliberate. Secret paths, tricky jumps, and hidden areas suggest that Mario Kart is less about racing and more about navigating a complex puzzle of chaos, opportunity, and occasional absurdity, which is both hilarious and intriguing when analyzed in depth. The behavior of computer-controlled opponents is another layer of mystery that reveals hidden secrets in Mario Kart. At first glance, they seem to follow predictable patterns, but upon closer observation, it becomes clearer that they cheat just enough to maintain tension and unpredictability, often appearing to magically dodge obstacles, time their items perfectly, or telegraph your movements in ways that seem almost sentient, which is both funny and creepy, and adds to the narrative that behind the cheerful kart racing, the world itself is a tiny machine of controlled chaos designed to keep players on edge while laughing at the absurdity of it all. Glitches and strange interactions are also part of this hidden world, because levels often contain invisible walls, areas where karts behave unpredictably in sequences where items or enemies interact in ways that seem completely impossible, yet these accidents often create the funniest, most chaotic moments in multiplayer whether it's a flying banana, a shell bouncing in an impossible arc, or a shortcut that launches carts into oblivion. These glitches reveal the unintentionally humorous, curious, and intriguingly dark side of Mario Kart that adds layers of entertainment beyond simple racing mechanics. Even the characters themselves contribute to the hidden intrigue, because each one has subtle differences in speed, handling, and weight that can dramatically affect gameplay in ways that are not always obvious. Choosing a heavier character like Bowser may make you faster on strataways but slower in curves, while a lighter character like Toad may be nimble yet easily knocked off track, creating a hidden strategy that rewards players who understand the underlying mechanics, which is fascinating and hilarious when you realize that such small differences can completely change the chaos of a race. The multiplayer experience, perhaps more than anything, highlights the darkly funny secrets of Mario Kart. What seems like innocent competition among friends quickly becomes a battlefield of bananas, shells, explosions, and sudden deaths, where players betray each other in seconds. laugh at their own failures, and celebrate destruction as the ultimate victory. The contrast between the cheerful visuals, upbeat music, and the often brutal chaos of gameplay creates a comedic dissonance that is both funny and curiously dark, revealing layers of strategy, unpredictability, and humor that most players completely overlook. Hidden Easter eggs, secret shortcuts, and bizarre design choices further add to the intrigue, because levels often contain strange patterns, objects, or interactions that appear meaningless until analyzed carefully. These elements create small mysteries that reward exploration, patience, and curiosity, showing that even in a seemingly simple arcade racing game, the designers hid playful, funny, and intriguingly dark details that can completely change the way you view Mario Kart as a franchise. Finally, the combination of chaos, strategy, glitches, hidden patterns, and player interaction creates a retro theory where Mario Kart is not just a racing game, but a hilarious, curious, and oddly dark experiment in controlled destruction, social chaos, and unintended humor. Every race becomes a story, a potential twist, in every level a stage for exploring the balance between fun, chaos, and strategy making. The classic game's endlessly entertaining, fascinating, and unexpectedly deep for anyone willing to look beyond the surface. In conclusion, classic Mario Kart games hide far more than they reveal on the surface. From chaotic items and destructive blue shells to secret shortcuts, glitches, enemy behavior, hidden Easter eggs, and intricately designed levels. These games combine humor, curiosity, and intrigue in a way that keeps fans coming back decades later. Understanding these dark secrets changes the way you see every banana, every rainbow road, and every high-speed, chaos-filled race, turning a simple racing game into a rich, entertaining, and endlessly fascinating experience. If you enjoyed exploring the hidden secrets, funny chaos, and curious retro mechanics of Mario Kart, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more retro gaming deep dives. Leave a comment, sharing which Mario Kart secret shocked or amused you the most, and share this video with friends who love retro games, chaotic multiplayer battles, or just want to see their favorite racing franchise in a completely new and hilariously dark light.